Alrighty. Thank you so much, guys, for being here on beautiful Sunday morning. So we're gonna get started all the way down on our backs. So use a block or bolster or a pillow. Good morning, Rita, to support your neck so you can feel comfy on your back. And we're going to get started with mobility for our ankles. And today the focus of the class will be knees, hips, and ankles. We're going to look at this as a kinetic chain. Everything is connected. And then toward the end of the class, we'll build up, and then toward the end of the class, we'll play with the knee over toes variation of lunges. And I'm gonna give you a lot of variations, so you choose what serves you well. It's like a yoga buffet, mobility buffet. You take what serves your body well at the moment today. But get comfy and go ahead and extend your right leg all the way up toward the ceiling and interlace your fingers behind your knee so your hip and your knee is supported, and you're going to be moving from your ankle only. So it's important to grab a nice hold of that knee so your leg is not all over the place. And keep your eyes on your ankle so you also have this visual feedback of what your ankle is actually doing in the air, in the space. And go ahead and point your toes. Point it like you mean it, and just pause here for a second and just feel the stretch on top of the foot. And now slowly start taking your foot to the midline, like you're pointing to the midline, without losing that plantar flexion, right? And then slowly start bringing your foot toward you, back to your shin. And as you're bringing it back to your shin, start dorsiflexing. So you're bringing the top of your foot toward the shin, you're making this angle as small as possible. And that's the range of motion we're going to be working on today a lot. And then again, go ahead and take your foot to the right, and then finding our ballerina foot again, pointing, and then pointing to the left. Good, so you got the idea. So now try to focus on your tempo or your speed and how slow and how well you move your ankle joint. And at first it can sound like a silly little thing we're doing, but if you start paying attention to the way your ankle moves, notice if there are areas where you tend to speed up, you go like whoop, and notice if there is an area where it feels like extra rusty, right? And you're having a hard time to move through this area. So we're not here to judge, we're here to observe. And maybe by now, you're already feeling a little bit of fire and heat going on in your ankle joint. Good, let's continue with that. See if you can relax your toes a little more. Good, keep going. Let's go for another 10 repetitions on this side in this direction. If your ankle is fatiguing, good. I'm happy for your ankle. It means it's getting stronger. Maybe some sounds are coming out from that joint. Good. 5 more. Exaggerate it by making your biggest circle 2 more. Perfect. And now same ankle. We're not changing the ankle yet. Good morning, Greg. We're just changing the direction. Slowly reverse and continue. Taking a moment to give some love and juicy movement for this small but very important joint. Good, keep going. Notice if like the ankle is fatiguing and doesn't want to do what you want this joint to do. And see if you can continue anyway. Keep your eyes on your ankle so you're having this feedback. How do I move? How does it feel to move this way? You might love it, you might hate it, you might be neutral to all those feelings and sensations. Good, 10 more. Try to go slower. If you move fast, it just means you are avoiding something, right? So slow yourself down intentionally. Oh, 3 more. 2 and 1 more. My goodness. Bring the foot down and just close your eyes. Bring your hands on your belly. Relax your shoulders and bring awareness to both of your ankles and see if you can notice the difference between your left and your right. Just bringing this conscious awareness to our 2 ankles. Maybe your right ankle is like pulsating, it's alive. And the left ankle is like, please do the same juicy, yummy work for me as well, right? Go ahead and open up your eyes and extend your left leg. Grab your knee behind. So again, you're supporting your knee in your hip. So you're not moving your leg. We're just going to move from the last portion of that limb, the ankle. Point your toes. And again, just pause here. Point it like you mean it. Feel everything on top of your foot. And now point the foot to the midline, toward the right. And super slow. How slow can you move here? Guide your ankle into dorsiflexion. And then point it to the left. Find a plantar flexion again. And just keep going. Observe this left ankle. Perhaps different sensations, or less or more ranges of motion. Good. Keep going. We're going to go for 10 more. And again, the slower, the better. The bigger range of motion, the better, without compensating in the knee or the hip. Like you're stirring something thick with your left foot. 5 more. Excellent. Keep going. 2. 1 more. And reverse. Same ankle, opposite direction. Continue. Give yourself a little more. Maybe visualize you drawing a circle with your toes in the air. 10 from here. Last 5. Oof. And last 1. Or maybe 1 more. Okay, go ahead and release. Bring the left foot down. Again, take a moment. Just notice the blood flow, the liveness in your ankles. Give yourself 2 rounds of breath. One more. Good. And now slowly roll yourself on your side and make your way into our first tabletop position, hands and knees. If you do have a block, squeeze a block between your knees. It's always nice to have an extra support for our lower body so we can move through the spine better. So your hands directly under your shoulders. You can also make a fist and come on your knuckles just to give your wrist a little bit of love if they feel tender today. Choose where you want to be. Press the toes into the ground. Nice. And now begin with your tailbone. Take your tailbone up, drop the belly, start arching your spine as you're pulling your shoulders away from your ears. If you have a block, squeeze it and keep your eyes on horizon. Contract the muscles of your back just a little bit more. Squeeze the block and start slowly tucking your tailbone first. And just pause here for a second. Notice if you went all the way to cat spine already. See if you can just pause here. Just tucking the lumbar spine. Then slowly start rounding your mid-back as you rounding your upper back and shoulder blades are moving away from one another. And just pause here. So we're just segmenting the spine. And then finally drop the head and let the neck be long and relaxed and find your best cat spine. Stay here for 5 rounds of breath. Let's stretch the back as much as we can. Send a little bit more breath into the back of your body. Yes, drop the head, drop the head. Good. And now again, inhale. We're coming back into spinal extension. And then once you arch your lower back, pause here. See if you can break the spine in parts, your lower, mid, and upper. Then start slowly taking your chest forward. And then your chin up and your eyes up and you're arching your neck and your mid-back as well. Good. Shoulders away from your ears. And now exhale, squeeze the block. And now let's find a little bit more flow, just moving between those two. Find your speed, but I'm inviting you to move slow still. Good. Let's move through 5 more. Yes, really good. Tailbone, lower back, mid-back, neck and eyes, and then you're reversing the movement. Contract the back and stretch the abdominal, and then stretch the back and contract the abdominal. Notice how you're switching the front and the back, right? Inhale, waking up the spine, moving with intention. Exhale, tuck and round. Shoulder blades apart, neck is heavy. Last one. Good. And then come back to neutral. You can get rid of the block for now. Now we're going to warm up our hips. So when we move through the hip sequence, please take what you need. If something doesn't serve you well and you know you need to modify it, by all means, do that, okay? But we're gonna start with the hip cars from this position. Turn your fingers out. You can take your hands a little bit wider. And then let's start on the right side. You're gonna extend your hip first. So your hip extension looks like you're trying to catch the ceiling with the bottom of your foot as you're engaging your glute and your hamstring. Notice if you're overarching your spine, you're here, right? See if you can tuck the tail under and catch the ceiling until you feel your glute turns on. Take a deep inhale and then open up your knee to the side so it looks like a peeing dog, right? And now give me this graceful front step. So you're gonna land your right foot on outside of your right hand. Good. Maybe you can grab a blocks and make this transition just a little bit easier by placing your hands on top of the blocks. We're coming back. The foot hovers off the ground. We're going through this little peeing dog situation and we're back to hip extension or catching the ceiling. If you do have blocks, use them. And again, open up to the side, hip abduction and external rotation, and we have this slow, graceful, very quiet front step land. So this is very simple, nothing fancy here, right? But it's not what we do, it's how we do it. Let's practice this and make it as slow and as graceful as you can. Lift off the ground. Give me the peeing dog. Keep the abdominal strong. And then catch the ceiling. Squeeze your glute. Try to bring your heel to your butt cheek a little bit more. Again, open up. Slowly, gracefully. Step forward. If you need to use your hand, you can also do that. But I like the variation with the blocks better. Okay, again, up, out, and then catch the ceiling. Let's do 2 more just for fun. Gracefully. Step, step, land. Nice. And then again, lift it off the ground. Step it back. Catch the ceiling. Last one. Super slow. We're all gonna meet in our low lunge, our first low lunge. Good. So this is where you might want to support your left knee. If you have a knee pad or a blanket, I have a blanket, I'm gonna use a blanket. So take what you need, guys. So here we go, our first low lunge. Tuck your tailbone, and here we're gonna continue with warming up our ankles, or our ankle, one at a time. So basically what we're gonna do is the same thing as we did with moving our ankle, but now our ankle is on the ground, so it's a closed chain, controlled articular rotation for the ankle. You can use your hand, so place your hand on your right knee, and you're gonna take the knee out. So I'm gonna turn this way so you can see me better. You're gonna take the knee out, so the knee is not even over your pinky any longer, it's like collapses to the right. And then start sinking yourself forward, taking that knee over all 5 toes, and then eventually you're gonna collapse that knee to the left, and then you're gonna push yourself away. And be very gentle because we're just starting, right? Outside, forward, big toe, to the left, and push it away. Let's do 2 more. And then we're gonna add on a little bit more. Good, use your hand to guide your knee. So see how you're doing same thing, but now you're moving 2 bones in your lower leg, in that ankle. Good, 1 more. Perfect, let's reverse. Now we're gonna go into clockwise movement, collapsing it inward, taking it over the big toe, and then clockwise, open up and push it back. Good, continue. Keep your shoulders over your hips to the best of your ability. So we're lubricating that knee joint, that ankle joint, playing with the textures and variety and angles. Perfect, nice. And then next time, once you're finished with your circle, all we're gonna do is sink into your deepest range of motion. Everyone is gonna be different here, so you do what feels right for you. Take your hands a little bit more forward. Keep your right heel on the ground. So notice if your heel popped off the ground, bring it down. And we're just gonna find this deep stretch in our hip flexors on the left side, and our knee and our ankle on the right side. So find a place where you're slightly uncomfortable. You're like, ooh, that's a deep stretch, but no pain, okay? And we're just gonna hang out here. Start connecting to your breath. Aiming to take that knee at least over our ankle, and then maybe over our toes. You can look at your shin, so make sure it's not perpendicular to the floor, you're taking it further. We all have different anatomy in different situations with our knees, right? So be mindful and careful, but find that sweet spot. Not spicy, but just sweet, where you're like, oh, okay. Let's start getting even deeper into the breath, talking to the nervous system. Feel, connect. 10 more. Long inhale. Slow exhale. Last 4. Excellent. So stay in this deep range of motion. You can also grab a block and maybe support your hands with the block, whatever feels right for you. We're going to stay in this deepest range of motion. We're not going to come out from here, not just yet. Bring awareness to your right foot and visualize you stepping on a gas pedal with this right foot. Add a little bit more force on basically plantar flexing your foot. Push the ground away from you. Push that pedal away from you. And start adding a little bit more effort here. So you're going to start feeling the bottom of your foot activates, right? So maybe you're even going to get a little cramp in your foot, in the bottom of your foot. Push the ground away from you. Give me a little more. And a little more. Let's say you're already at 50% of your fullest, safest effort. 60. Add a little more. Ooh, I hope you feel the bottom of your foot. 70, 80, 90, 100, and let's stay with your fullest, safest effort. Push the ground away from you. Don't let go unless there's pain. But if it's just hard, good. Stay for 5. Fullest, safest effort. Still. 4. Push the ground away from you. 3, 2, 1. Relax for a second. Then start pushing your hips back. If you had blocks, great. You can use it. And as you're pushing your hips back, start bringing your foot toward your shin. So we're switching the direction, right? Now we're bringing the top of the foot toward the shin. And now try to make this angle smaller. Maybe visualize how the top of the foot comes to the shin and shin to the foot. And now make that angle smaller. Bring the foot toward your shin. We just switch the direction. Hugging, hugging. Top foot to the shin, shin to the top of your foot. Give me your fullest, safest effort for 5. You should feel burning sensations on top of your foot. 4, good. 3, 2, my goodness, and release, let it go. Nice, slide your knee back. Find your way into child's pose for just a second. And we have another side. So we're slowly preparing our ankles for some deep work that we're gonna do toward the end of the class. Go ahead and make your way to the other side. Well, by lifting your left leg up to catch the ceiling, all right? So play with the position of your hands. You can take your hands a little wider, draw the abdominal in. Good, bring your left heel to your butt cheek and squeeze your glute and your hamstring. Now slowly start opening up your hip to the side while trying to keep your lower back more or less flat. So it doesn't look like this, right? So nothing dramatic really. Now softly step that left foot on outside of your left pinky. Notice if this side was more challenging, right? Lift the foot, let it hover. Slowly, slowly, slowly transition back to peeing dog and then back to catching the ceiling. Squeeze your butt cheek. Open up to the side. The slower, the better. Step on outside, land gracefully. Yes, and again, up, out. Your max, finding the max without compensating. And then it's truly the challenge. And again, to the side, land. Good, 3 more. Open, peeing dog. Don't skip on your peeing dog. Don't move too fast. Slow, right? So we're not avoiding. We're going right into that. Land. Good. And again, up, out. Catch the ceiling. Square your pelvis. Keep your elbows straight. Again, out, forward, land. Again, up, out, catch. How slow can you move? Side, step forward and land. My goodness. Okay, you did it. Again, grab a pillow, grab a knee pad, a blanket, whatever for your right knee. Come up into half kneeling. We're going to do the same thing. Tuck your tailbone, shoulders over your hips, lift your heart. We're going to take that knee to the pinky side. Pinky side, collapse it. But the foot stays grounded. The inner edge stays grounded. And then clockwise, guide that knee to the right, collapsing that knee, and then pushing the ground away. Good. So again, nothing dramatic. No crazy things. No handstand, no pinky stand. But working on really important things for health and longevity. Take your time. Like again, you're moving through the thick air. See if you can make that circle a little bit bigger and use your hand to guide you. You will be able to go a little bit deeper. Sink forward. Slow and controlled. Let's do 2 more. Aim on taking your knee forward as much as you can. Yes, 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 slow. Last one, and we'll change. Yes, you got it. Okay, reverse. Inward, forward, out. You're still grounded with all 3 corners of your feet, of your foot, your left foot. Good, creating a little bit more freedom and lubrication in our knee and our ankle and the hip. Good, 2 more. Nice, last one. Lean forward, exhale, push it away. And when you're ready, settle into your deepest low runner's lunge, aiming to take the knee at least over the ankle so you don't have a straight angle any longer. You don't have a 90 degrees. You have whatever degree you can find, but going beyond 90s. We're all going to be different, right? So it's all good. And just settling in this deep range of motion. Feel the stretch in your Achilles. Feel the front of your ankle, your deep dorsiflexion, blocks under the hands, maybe, maybe not. Really doesn't matter, just as long as you're in the right range and as long as it feels good. Good. And then again, start connecting to your breath. This is where we work with the nervous system. And the nervous system will help us to expand the range of motion. Good, long inhale. Slow exhale. Maybe with each exhalation you can go a little bit deeper without forcing yourself. Knowing your limits, but always encouraging ourselves to push ourselves in a good way. And we always know when is a good way and when is not so good for us. So be mindful. We're here for another 30 seconds, just simply stretching for now, yes? And then we'll add our isometrics for the ankle. And this is where I'm going to ask you to work really hard. So we can make it efficient, right? We're only spending like a minute on those isometrics, but we want to increase the range of motion and improve the quality of tissues in our ankle. Give yourself 5 more rounds of breath, just hanging there. Okay, bring awareness to that left foot and start stepping on the gas. Like you're trying to break through the floor. Push it away. Obviously, you can't move because you're in the deepest range of motion. There's no room for you to move, but it doesn't matter. You're still engaging the tissues there, and it's very, very safe. Push the ground away. Push it away. Yes. Only you know if you're working hard. I will never know. Push it away. Okay, let's say you're already at 50%, 50. Add a little more, 60. Add a little more, 70. Ooh, feel the bottom of your foot, 80, 90. Push it away, 100, fully safest effort. Push it away, push it away. Holy ankle for 5, 4, good, you got it. 3, 2, 1, super slow. Whoo, let go. Push it away. Be very kind to that right hip flexor, right? Use your blocks if you need to. Start bringing the top of your foot toward your shin. So now just the heel that is on the ground. And now again, contract, but opposite, right? Opposite tissues. Top of your foot toward your shin. Shin toward your foot. Make it hard. Make it harder than it looks. You should see the veins on your left foot. I hope you do. Squeeze, squeeze for 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2, and my goodness, let it go. That was nice. Okay, you can keep those 2 blocks if you had them in front of you. And we're just going to step the right foot forward, and we're all going to meet in forward fold. Hopefully that will feel good for most of us. Separate your feet a little more so it feels good on your lower back. Micro bend your knees and take your hands behind your head. Interlace your fingers. Create a little basket here, and we're going to find a little bit of bouncing so we can open up the back of the body, the posterior fascia, and then all the muscles in the back. So you're going to guide your chest to your thighs, and then you're going to pull your chest away from your thighs and let the gravity do the work and bring you back, away and toward. And then start picking up the pace so it looks like you bouncing. You are. To your thighs, away from your thigh. And find some ease, right? Make the movement kind of move by itself. Keep pulling your neck gently. And let's go for another 20. 19, 18, you got it. 17. Yes, be very gentle, knee soft, and shift the weight forward. Last 10, 9, good. 8, you got it. Breathe. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring your hands to the blocks. Again, if you had them, this time turn your toes out. Take your blocks in front of your feet. If you don't have a blocks, you can do spider tip fingers. And then from here, we're going to drop our hips into your variation of squat. Maybe you need your blocks on the highest setting so you don't go deep into your squat. If you were able to go very, very deep, I'm encourage you to do the opposite and lift your hips a little bit away from the ground so you're not too relaxed and happy, right? On your exhale, fold. Shift the weight into your toes, drop the head. And then again, inhale, bend your knees, push the knees out and look forward. Pull the shoulders away from your ears, squeeze your back, and then exhale, forward fold. Good, let's move like this, but notice how I'm moving super slow. It's actually intentional because when we move slow, all of a sudden it's like 10 times harder. right? Exhale, forward fold. Good. This is basically our little flow. Go ahead and have a seat. Look forward. Knees out. Active ankles. Exhale, forward fold. Good. 5 more. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Beautiful. Breathing in. Breathing out. Super slow and gentle, but still profound and deep, but in a different way deep, right? Exhale, fold. 2 more. Knees wide, chest open. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Nice. 1 more. And this is where we're gonna find our deepest squat. So if you have a block and you're not quite there yet for your deepest squat, I'm encouraging you to do what I just did. 2 blocks, and I'm happily here. Or you just modify by keeping your blocks in front of you like this. But sitting on a block is just so lovely. Okay. So once you're here, go ahead and find long, beautiful spine. Press the elbows or your forearms, I should say, into your knees. And then start pressing your knees into your forearms. Yes, you can do that, Brenda. Yes, you just straighten your arms. And now bring awareness to your knees and your arms. And then visualize they're like fighting one against another. And don't let anyone win. Again, so we're here for some isometric work. Your muscles are working even though you're not moving. Hug your knees in and pull your knees apart with your arms. Feel, stay, push it away and squeeze it in, like 2 actions at the same time happening right here, right now. Pull in and squeeze in. Stay for 5. Feel your arms working too, right? For 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So that was 1 set of isometrics. We're not done. Stay in your low squat. Brenda, you can give yourself a little break. You need more blocks. And then 1 more thing. I want you to visualize you want to get up, but you're not going to get up. You're going to use all the muscles that helping you to stand up. Basically, it's all the muscles in your lower body. So start getting lighter. Like you almost lifting your butt off the ground, but you are not. Like if the blocks were a scale, the number on the scale is like 0.000 to, I don't know, pounds, ounces. So start getting lighter. Ooh, it looks like you're not doing anything, but get yourself almost off the block. So visualize you have the blocks. Yes. Okay, let's stay here for 10. The number on the scale, your blocks just turned into the scale, is like barely anything. For 9, you're almost getting up, but you're not. 8. Okay, feel the difference, right? 7. Whew. Good. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, let it go. That's a different way to do a low squat, right? Okay, let's get all the way down, sitting on the floor. We have a little bit more work for our knees and our ankles. If you have a wall nearby or a blanket, you can have a seat on a blanket or lean against the wall so your back is not struggling, sitting on the floor too much. We're gonna continue with our knees. So our knees, we tend to think of them as they just do this, right? Hinging, extension and flexion. But actually our knee is supposed to rotate, and you already experienced that when we did the funky circles, right? So take a look of your knee. Let's start on the left side. So bend your knee, bend your ankle, and just notice this bone. This is your tibia, like the thicker bone in your lower body. So make it as a reference point to observe how your knee is moving. We're gonna bring our hands on either side of that left knee. So you're giving yourself a support. Press the heel into the ground and visualize we're trying to drill a hole in the floor. So rotate your ankle out and notice how this bone, that's tibia, just rotated externally. Keep the hands where they are so your hip is not moving, okay? And then rotate that tibia inward. Bend your knee a little bit more. Ronald, bend your knee a little more so your heel is closer to your butt cheek. Okay, so let's move that tibia. It's very little. And if you don't see much going on here, don't get discouraged. Okay, that's why we're doing that. Like some people have no mobility, like at all in their knee. What they have to do? Keep doing this, right? Good. So does it make sense, guys? Do you see your tibia moving a little bit? Yes, give me a thumbs up, maybe. Okay, good. All right, send. And then don't be surprised how you're gonna start feeling those muscles. This is your tibialis muscle, the front of the shin muscle. Good. So keep going. In and out. Notice if by doing this for 40 seconds, you're already improving that range of motion. Observe that bone that's supposed to move. And then you might have more, you might have less, you might have almost nothing, but just do it for the sake of curiosity, like, oh, okay, interesting. Well, my shin is burning. I hope yours is too. Let's go for another 8. Inward, outward. Inward, whew, outward. Good, keep going. Drill the hole in your floor. Good, keep the ankle dorsiflex though. You will be able to move that shin bone better. 2 more. In, and out. In and out. Okay, release, let it go. Maybe massage your little shin muscle. Again, let's do another side. Same thing, same setup. So you're here, bring the heel a little bit closer. Beautiful with a wall. You can lean against the bed or whatever you have, couch. Okay, bring your hands on either side of your right side. Find that bone, just feel it. You can touch it, it's right there, okay? Dorsiflex your foot and let's observe how this bone moves. Maybe you will find more or less on this side. Again, we're just experimenting, right? We're just learning. And there's something to learn every day when we step on our mat. Ooh, okay, keep pressing the heel into the ground. Keep drilling. We're strengthening this muscle. And we're moving that bone. Very small movement, but we need it for the healthy ankles and the healthy knees. Keep going. Notice if you're doing this, I'm exaggerating it obviously, but no hip, okay? Just the knee. In and out. 10 more. External rotation of your tibia, internal rotation. Ooh. Slower, slower, and keep the ankle dorsiflexed. Try to keep it dorsiflexed. So no ankle. Notice if you're moving the ankle. No ankle, no ankle. Keep it in your knee. So Ronald, keep it in your knee. So try not to move the ankle. Just dorsiflex it. Just this bone for now. Good. Ooh, good. 3 more. Out and in. 2 more. Out and in. My goodness, last one. Out and in and let it go. Okay, if you need to massage your shin muscle, do that. Okay, let's make our way in downward facing dog. That was our warm-up, kind of. Okay, downward facing dog, everyone. Amazing. We have only one thing to do, but let's stretch in downward facing dog. That should feel good. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Push the hips up and back. Relax your neck. Just 5 rounds of breath. Last one. Nice. And now drop the knees down. Okay, 2 variations of our final peak pose. Knee over toes lunges. First variation, you're gonna keep your knee, your back knee on the ground. And then guess what? It's perfectly fine because we're working on just improving the range of motion, not how many lunges we can do. So let's start together. Use a blanket or knee pad for your right knee, and your left leg, you're gonna step it forward and you're gonna place your left foot on top of the block. If you don't have a block, don't worry, you still can do same thing. It's just with the block, we're elevating it a little bit so we will be able to see deeper ankle. So here we go. We're back to this low lunge, left foot elevated, and then we're gonna take ourselves as deep as we can. As deep as we can. Use your computer or phone that you have and see how deep you were able to go. Is your knee over your ankle? If over your toes? If not, don't worry about it, but just notice where you are. Deep stretch for the back hip, I know. Now, step on this block like you're stepping on a gas pedal. Just make sure the block is the long way, so your foot is supported the long way. Nice. Okay, ready? You can bring your hands behind you on your hips and push the ground away from you. And now sink forward as much as you can, as much as you can. This is where we're exaggerating, and push it away. Okay, so you can stay here. No need to go any further, but if you're choosing this variation, one more thing, go slow. Sink in, push out. If you want to play and go deeper, tuck the toes on your right foot, your back foot, and you're going to lift your back leg off the ground. And then we're going to sink in. This is pretty intense. I'm really deep in my stretch, right? I'm going to lean forward even more. So all the weight is in my left foot. See if you can straighten your left leg, and you're coming, what in yoga we call it pyramid pose. And I'm going to sink in and go deep and lean forward and then push it away. So this is number 2 variation, or you just stay here. You're leaning forward, you're shifting your weight forward, and then you're pushing yourself back. Okay, choose what you're gonna do. I know you already been doing it, but we're just starting. We're gonna do 8 repetitions together. And guys, let's do it on my count and my speed, which is gonna be slow. All right, so we're on this together. Choose right knee on or off the ground. If you can lift it off the ground, I'm encourage you to do harder version. Okay, we're on this together. Sink forward as much as you can. Don't rush, don't go anywhere yet. Stay in your lowest range of motion, and then push yourself out. Nice, come out, pause. Again, slowly going in, your deepest range of motion, and exhale, pressing yourself out. Good, 6 more. Going in, shift the weight forward, the crown of the head reaches forward. Push out, 5 more. Woo. Good, 4 more. Deep, deep, deep. Lean forward, like you're going into the split, kind of. 2 more. Feel that left quad is working. We prepared the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Push it away. Last one. Push it away. And now safely, gracefully, switching sides, switching sides. If you decided to keep the knee on the ground, still make it active, make it deep. Be mindful of your joints. Take what you need, but always challenge yourself in a good way. All right, what do you want to do on this side? And guys, we don't have to be symmetrical. If on the other side you couldn't lift your knee, but on this side you can do that. That's okay. All right, choose what you want to do. Going deep. Going deep, going deep. Don't rush. Don't go anywhere yet. Find your depth here. Now exhale, push the ground away. That was 1. Choose to lift the knee off the ground. We have 7 more. Deep, 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 deep. Push it away. Good, and the block is, doing it with the block is interesting because it's unstable surface. So it makes your ankle work even more, right? All those small intrinsic muscles need to stabilize your right ankle, right? In order for you not to fall. Good, so we're doing a double work, really. Okay, this is 4. Go a little deeper, go a little deeper. Sink in. Last 3. Yes, 2 more. Good, 1 more. Push it away, and then gracefully land that knee if you had it off the ground. Nice, and go ahead and make yourself all the way down on your back. Again, you can use your blanket for your head. Keep a block nearby. Lower yourself down. We're slowing down. We build up for our lunges, variation. Bend your knees, lift your hips up. Place a block under your sacrum. Drop the hips. Make sure it feels good and supported for your back, right, and your hips. Bring your hands on top of your hips. Good, so you can stay here. This is perfectly fine. Or you can play with straightening both of your legs. So you will feel a nice deep stretch in your hip flexors. We did a lot of hip flexion today. So we're just trying to balance this out with hip extension, passive hip extension. Make sure there's no funk in your lower back, okay? If there is, bend your knees. I saw some of you bended your knees, so find sweetness in this pose. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders. Good. Again, we didn't do much per se, but if you did every single thing with intention and your maximum effort, then perhaps this is enough, right? And we don't need to do more. So how can we do less but find more in life? Deep inhale. Slow exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. Softening in the front of the hips. Getting into psoas muscle, that deep muscle that runs from your hips, the front of the hips, through your pelvis, through your torso, and connects to your thoracic spine in the back. So it's one of the deepest muscles. We're trying to soften there. Let's find 10 more rounds of breath. Last 3, inhale and exhale. And slowly bend both of your knees. Push the ground away from you. Tuck the tailbone. And now lift the hips a little bit and then drop, remove the block and drop the hips. Good, and now take your feet, mat width apart and let your knees like drop in, like you're creating a little tipi with your legs. Good, and take your arms over your head if it feels right, and let's just pause here. Once you're here, just one more thing, a little pelvis decompression. Keep your legs in this little tipi position and now slide the left side of your pelvis toward your left armpit. like you're trying to do a side crunch. And then release and slide the right side of your pelvis toward your right armpit and feel the crunch on the right side. And let's just move our pelvis like this. Be very gentle. If it doesn't feel right, please pause and just wait for us to finish this. Because this is about you, really. What I tell you, and if it doesn't make sense, you just skip on this, okay? A little pelvis move. If it feels right, 2 more on each side. Left, and then right, and 1 more time. Right, left, and then right. Good. And now slowly move your feet toward one another, and then stretch your legs. Again, if it doesn't feel right for your lower back, skip it. But if it does, turn your feet out, and this time bring your arms by your side. Take a deep inhale through your nose and sigh out through your mouth. Good, and let's find a little bit of stillness. What can be better on Sunday morning? Bring awareness to your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your lower back. Just notice how do they feel after 1 hour of movement. And then start letting that go as well. So you just being in stillness of your body and stillness of your mind. You have 10 more rounds of breath, just simply being and relaxing. Slowly bend your knees and just take your time to roll yourself to the side first and then seated. Get comfy, find your long spine. Let's take a moment seated, shoulders over your hips. Once again, feel your lower body. Maybe you created a little bit more freedom there. I hope you didn't overdo it. You just did what was right for you. Let's take one more deep collective breath in and then out. Amazing job, beautiful people.